The cartoonish rivalry between dogs and mailmen is practically as old as time itself, as if some dogs are simply born with animosity toward our friendly mail carriers. Yet that bad blood isn't always there. In fact, sometimes it's just the opposite. Just take Colorado post worker Jeff Kramer and his favorite route dog, Tashi, for instance. When Jeff noticed a sudden change in the black Labrador, however, he knew right away he had to help his old pal. That's when he decided to take matters into his own hands. Everybody knows that the relationship between dogs and mailmen isn't always friendly. For Colorado mailman Jeff Kramer, though, the highlight of his workday involves getting to see his favorite dog on his route, Tashi. Of course, as a longtime employee of the United States Postal Service in Boulder, Colorado, Jeff, 53, has made many close friends along the way. Still, he gets no greater joy than when he sees Tashi while out delivering the mail for the day. Jeff knows better than anyone that the relationship between dogs and mailmen is historically tumultuous, so he's sure to be extra cautious on his route. "You don't check out a dog first," he said in an interview. "You let it check you out, and you're much better off that way." This is how he became close with Tashi. It was with this caution in mind that Jeff first approached the home on Bluebell Avenue in South Boulder, where he would meet his soon-to-be best pal, Tashi. It became clear to him right away that he could throw all caution to the wind, as this dog was the friendliest he'd ever met. It's been that way ever since, actually. As fast as he could, which was not very fast, he ran up to me, tail wagging, first day I met him, Jeff said of his initial meeting with Tashi. "He's just a really friendly dog. I'm a dog person, and they can tell." It wasn't long before Jeff began looking forward to seeing his favorite black Labrador every day during his route. The feeling was, of course, mutual. Tashi loved all the attention and petting he get from his favorite postal worker. Tashi adores Jeff, the dog's owner, Karen Dimitrowski, said to reporters in an interview. Tashi would hang outside and would always get so excited when Jeff came. He has always wagged his tail and pulled us over to his mail truck. As the relationship grew over the years that followed, Jeff couldn't help but notice that Tashi seemed to be slowing down. At 14 years old, he began to gain a noticeable amount of extra weight, which prevented him from being able to walk down the stairs to greet his friend. This sudden change made Jeff sad, to say the least. He continued to deliver their mail daily, but he couldn't know exactly how bad Tashi's condition had gotten. One day, while bringing their mail, he noticed that Tashi's owners had to help him out of the house. Tashi's family carrying him in and out of the house soon became a common occurrence. "We were literally carrying him up and down the stairs," Karen said in an interview about their beloved dog, "and he weighs about 70 pounds. We didn't realize how much trouble Tashi was having until I saw them actually carrying him up the stairs," Jeff said, recalling the events solemnly. "I remembered my dog having the same problem, and it's sad." This daily sight of the aging Tashi, also sad in and of itself, also furthered Jeff's sadness, as it reminded him of his own beloved dog, Odie. Odie had sadly passed away 5 years earlier, and Jeff couldn't help but be reminded of the time when his dog entered his twilight years. Determined to make a difference in Tashi's life and to hopefully help him regain some mobility, Jeff developed a plan. One day, he arrived to the Dimitrowski's home with a massive pile of wood, the remains of a ramp he'd once built to aid Odie. Even though Jeff had brought the wood in hopes that Tashi's family would build him a ramp, the materials sat untouched for months. "We're not very handy," Karen admitted. "I'm more handy than my husband, but I didn't know how to put that together." That's when Jeff decided he would have to take matters into his own hands. He could no longer sit idly by and watch as Tashi lost the ability to come outside to greet him. So one morning, he came to the Dimitrowski's home and built the ramp all by himself. Jeff, who built the ramp for Tashi out of the kindness of his heart, remains humble about his more than generous actions. "I just noticed they needed it, and I didn't need it anymore, and I hate throwing things away," he said. With that, the Dimitrowski family was extremely thankful for everything that Jeff had done for Tashi. "He's just amazing," Karen said about her mailman's generosity. "We've had the ramp for a few months, and he saved us." From his generous actions, Jeff also stood to regain the companionship of his beloved route dog. Before long, he and Tashi were right back where they'd once been. "It's amazing," Karen said. "Jeff will come knock on the door and Tashi will get up off his bed and walk out to greet him." It goes without saying that Jeff, building the ramp for Tashi, had given the sweet dog a new lease on life. The ramp has helped Tashi tremendously, Karen added. He can walk in and out of the front door and down to the yard independently. Jeff potentially prolonged his life because my husband and I both pulled our back out by lifting Tashi on and off the porch, she said. It has given Tashi a sense of independence and dignity as an older dog. Jeff is just a compassionate letter carrier who possesses a love for animals. Jeff's generosity shows that caring can go a long way, especially if you put it into action. Congratulations to him and Tashi for having such a loving friendship.